This is The Process Shot. I'm Michael. I'm trapped in some sort of hellscape, and I've seen Mad God, a new stop-motion animated film from Phil Tippett. There's no straightforward story, but there are at least a few threads to follow, as we explore the grotesque underworld of the film and the inhabitants within. The most prominent of these threads is that of an unnamed assassin who, clad in protective gear, traverses the land in their journey deeper and deeper into the world, avoiding giants, faceless drones, monstrous beings, and other biblical and modern sorts of dangers. Again, there's no actual storyline to follow in this film from start to finish. It's more of a series of vignettes, though with enough of a narrative or connective flow between scenes that everything does still feel unified. There's also enough that's shown within various parts of the film that do set up the greater world beyond the hellscape and the mission of the wandering figure that you can easily infer what is going on and what is meant to be taking place. Though, overall, everything is still kept pretty ambiguous and pushes the viewer to draw out the answers on their own. At the very least, though, the smaller stories that we do get within Mad God are more or less complete in themselves, and what we experience doesn't leave anything else hanging or without an idea behind it. Simply put, the world here may be filled with chaotic visuals, obscured ideas, and a whole lot of other stuff that will never make complete sense, but it also doesn't just simply drop it all on the viewer and expect them to make sense of it on their own. The actual universe of Mad God is certainly confusing and horrific, and it's an artistic design that will certainly stand out against any other stop-motion films out there, old or new. Every setting is unique and varied, from desolate war-torn wastes, to blood-splattered operating theaters, to a near-abandoned city in ruins. There's an immense amount of detail in these settings, each seemingly themed around some greater idea or concept, and none of it going to waste, even if it only remains as a background element, or is only momentarily visited before moving on. These layers and locations of the underworld feel like real spaces, in the sense that they have existed for centuries or millennia, and its denizens have long since settled into what constitutes normalcy. In a way, there's somewhat of a contrast between what you might expect going into the film and what you'd get when watching it, in that for as much depravity does occur here, there's a sense of complacency and normality in the world, filled with its own sort of life that doesn't necessarily need to be disturbed by outsiders. The titular Mad God may be absent, but there is still some idea of society and discovery here. You know, like a metaphor. Maybe. Mad God, Phil Tippett, 2021. 4.5 stars. I'd recommend giving it a watch. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews in the future. I just think that the movie is a lot more calm than it looks on the surface. It's like a slow journey through hell, you know? Almost like a tour.